Hi guys, I haven't been on here for a while, but I plan to be consistent because consistency is key. And I plan to bring you exciting content, interesting conversations, and stuff like that. I plan to be consistent. So, somebody asked me the question, why women cheat? And this is from my perspective and point of view. In nowhere or form, what I'm about to say is law. This is just what I think as an individual and as a woman. So let me just give a little bit of explanation as it relates to why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. So you guys will be able to understand me as it relates to what I'm saying. So back in the days, or as we all know from creation, that men are polygamous in nature. So men cheat because of lust, men cheat because they want to fulfill sexual urges, and men cheat for basically the whole sexual aspect of it. Women were taught to be virtuous. Women were taught to have one sexual partner, or is expected to have one sexual partner. And back in the days, if a woman had more than one sexual partner, she would have been stoned to death. She would have called dirty, nasty, harlot, concubine, and all of those names. So it has been something that has been passed down from generations that women are supposed to be sleeping or entitled to be with one man, be committed to that one man, sleep with that one man, and the list goes on. As opposed to a man, it is expected for a man to cheat because he's polygamous in nature. At least that's what they said. Now, we are living in an era that has evolved. The era has evolved so much that women now decides that they want to take matters into their own hands, and they're no longer going to be sitting down and play that type of role that society expects them to play. This type of role, look, I'm going to be virtuous, I'm going to stay with this one man despite of whatever he puts me through. I'm definitely not gonna cheat. Now, disclaimer, in no way or form I'm encouraging or promoting a promiscuous lifestyle from a woman, but I'm here to just give my point of view and my perception of why women cheat. Good. Women cheat for various reasons. They cheat for not receiving attention, not receiving reassurance or assurance, not receiving any form of gesture, gift, or even kind words. Women cheat for affection. Women cheat for what they're lacking. But before they cheat, they give you hints. Look, babe, I prefer you to do this. I prefer you to do that. I'm expecting this. Tell me if something is bothering you. They try just before they reach that breaking point. You may ask, why not leave instead of cheating? Sometimes some situations tie you so deeply. It's very hard for you to get up and leave at a time. So the best option that you choose to do is to, guess what? Find an outside partner. Find the outside partner, and the outside partner or the outside man is giving you all of what you're lacking in your relationship at home. The attention, the gifts, the gestures, the reassurance, tell you that you're beautiful, tell you that you mean the world to him, and guess what? You decide to go into another relationship just because your emotional needs are being fulfilled. And guess what? A whole new outside relationship has just emerged. Yeah. I'm saying, if a man is expected to cheat because he's polygamous in nature, why you guys run the women down when they cheat because of what they're lacking? You are allowed to cheat because society sees it that you are polygamous in nature. But don't you think both parties who are cheating, it has the same consequences? There are spiritual spouses involved in terms of you sleeping with somebody is not just a physical connection, it also has spiritual complications, it also has spiritual connections. You sleeping with another woman and coming home to your woman, whatever spirit that woman has, you're gonna bring home to give your part. And the same thing goes for women. Cheating on both ways, they must be held accountable, and we must see it for what it is. So men are allowed to cheat, but women aren't allowed to cheat because, oh, she's dirty. So, oh, she's old cargo and used cargo. But you're not old cargo and used cargo when you're sleeping with Keisha, Stacy, Alicia, and all of them. Oh, because you're the only person that's allowed to have a busy private part or a Christmas time private part because you're called a man. Some of you are so not in the position to even be called a man because guess what? You don't even possess the qualities of a man in terms of being able to provide for just one woman that you have. And when that woman that you have, you cannot provide for her and meet her needs, and she decides that, you know what, I'm just going to do the same thing that you do or pay you back in your coin because I spoke to you on several occasions and you're not changing. Let me do what I have to do. And she cheats, and you call her prostitute, and you call her harlot, and you call her all sorts of names. But then, were you doing what you were supposed to do? So women cheat because they lack so many things, and men cheat just because they're lustful, just because they can't control their sexual urges, and they are under the disguise or under the notion or that, you know what, we're polygamous in nature and I have to cheat as a man. But cheating has consequences whether you're a man or a woman. The same thing that will happen when a man cheats is the same thing that will happen when a woman cheats, because guess what, the spiritual connections are there, the spiritual burdens are there, and the spiritual baggages are there. So my thing is, let's just not put a stereotype to it. You're polygamous in nature because you're a man, and a woman isn't supposed to cheat because she's going to be deemed dirty and she's going to be a prostitute and she's no good. And every time you close your eyes, you're remembering how this man had your woman and how all of these things. So it all begins with you. Do the right thing, men. Treat your woman right. And if you don't want her anymore, just simply leave her alone. Let her go. You don't have to stay to keep her uncomfortable just because you're selfish. You don't want her to be with somebody else. Let her go. My name is Karencia Little, and I will be here as constantly as possible, giving you content and keeping you entertained. Thank you for joining.